put, you
Yep.
know, a face to
Right.
that.
So we're here now. Hey, Facebook family. This is Najee Ali, and this is a true, sad story. I was actually at work, received a phone call from a friend, colleague of mine, Nicole Scott, and ultimately she gave me the sad news that one of her childhood friends had been shot and killed by deputies in San Clemente, and asked would I help. Obviously I said yes. So I'm here. Hey, Kevin Ross. So this young man was shot and killed by sheriff's deputies in the city of San Clemente, and this is the scene outside Hotel Miramar, and this is the scene of where he was shot and killed by San Clemente deputies. This is the scene outside the hotel, and according to witnesses, he was minding his own business. Minding his own business. So there's residents here, and so family, I'm having a press conference to obviously demand justice, also independent investigation, and ultimately I do believe with all my heart this death, this killing was unjustified. It could have been prevented. It should not have happened, because ultimately Kurt Reinhold was essentially minding his own business. And we see that on the videotape. He was telling the police to leave him alone, and obviously he was the one who tried to de-escalate the situation. The officers we saw, they escalated the situation. Well, ultimately a scuffle ensued, and they always use that same old line. He was reaching for a gun. We thought he was reaching for a gun. That's the same old line they use to kill black people across the nation and brown people. And ultimately, you know, this man ended up getting killed by deputies for jaywalking. So now black people, you know, we can't jaywalk, we can't ride a bicycle, you know, we can't even be sleeping in our own homes without fear of being killed, you know, by law enforcement. And this is just outrageous. So I'm here, as I said, family, city of San Clemente, on behalf of the family and their dear friend, Nicole Scott, a lawyer, a longtime friend of mine. And ultimately, we're hopeful that we can get some answers and some justice, because ultimately, you know, I do believe this never should have happened. Never should have happened. And the one thing from talking to people who actually live here, I had a chance to talk to Kim, one of the neighbors who lives in this area, and she actually had interaction with Kurt. I'm on Facebook Live. Can you tell us what your thoughts are?
Well, I met Kurt a couple of times up in Talega at the coffee shop, and he was just a really nice, low-key guy. He may have had some mental health issues, but as a therapist, I did not see that at the time. I saw him. He was extremely lucid. Maybe he was on medication. I don't know. But I do know one thing. I saw the video from the camera, and when the police went after him for crossing the street, which everybody in this town does.
Yes.
He put his hands up and said, "Don't touch me."
Yes.
So as a therapist, my first thought is, you don't escalate,
right.
You de-escalate.
Exactly.
Well, they didn't do that. They escalated it to the point where they pushed him all the way over here and ended up in a brawl right in that pile where those flowers are and shot him. And whether or not he touched the gun or didn't touch the gun, the guy was probably thinking he was fighting for his life. And as far as I'm concerned, this didn't have to happen. It shouldn't have happened. It needs to stop. This country needs to have a conversation on the caste system in this country, and it needs to end. This is like 230 years of nonsense, and it's time to wake up, white people. Your entitlement is not going to protect you from anything anymore.
Wow. Well, thank you, Kim, for speaking from your heart and being out here showing compassion, as all human beings should be, no matter what race you are. So thank you for your humanity. So that's Kim, one of the neighborhood residents that live here. And as I said, family, I'm here on behalf of my friend Nicole Scott, who called me. And I left work immediately and drove here to be a voice, the first voice on the scene. Because ultimately, as she said, this never should have happened. How does jaywalking, which all the white people do, as she said, end up with this black man, being shot and killed by 2 sheriff's deputies who, as she said, they were the ones who escalated the situation. He was the one who tried to de-escalate the situation by telling them, leave me alone, leave me alone. So obviously, these deputies need to be held accountable, and we're going to speak to that. And ultimately, I don't want to hear nothing about they need more training, because they don't, because we don't see white people being killed. And they have the same training. But black people, like I said, we can't sleep in our own homes. We can't ride the bicycle. We can't even jaywalk, where ultimately it costs us our lives. So with that, family, I'm going to get over here, talk to some people, and see what we can do to begin the fight for justice for Kurt Reinhold. So I'm going to sign off now, family, and trust me, I'm all in. I'm all in, because whenever black people are murdered, I don't care whether it's Minnesota, Louisville, Wisconsin, even San Clemente, South Central LA, I'm gonna get there and be there and be a voice for justice. So, all right, I'll report back later on, family. Okay. You're welcome, Nikki. I got you. Don't worry. To the family, I got them. I'm here. Hey. Hi. Najee Ali.
How do you say it?
N-A-J-E-E. Najee Ali. Najee Ali. Yes. Christian, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You got a cool vest on there.
Oh, thank you. So we're about to get started in a minute. Hey, Tisha.
Are you doing a press conference?
Yes, I'm doing the press conference. And you're part of the media, right?
I'm here for you.
You're from, yes.
Okay,
So
I didn't know.
I'm about to cut this off now.
All right.
Okay, so, all right. Okay, family. I got to get together. I'll be back.